Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super speculation discussion video. I am once again joined by MJ from Geeklist TV. MJ, why don't you say hello, everybody?
What's up?
Hashtag MJ have those bars, or MJ
Has those pipes.
hashtag bars.
Has those pipes, bro.
Pipes, bars, whatever. Anyway, guys, so today we're going to be taking on a discussion, basically a dual upload, dual discussion that MJ and I also did for his channel. On his channel, you can go pause this video if you want to watch that first, or watch this first and then go to his video. I don't really care. Anyway, guys, we were talking about who was going to be the MVP over at Universe 7 on MJ's video, and today we're going to be talking about who's going to be the MVP of Universe 6. Now, lo and behold, we're a little bit cheating on this. We don't necessarily know who's all going to be, who's all going to be the people who are competing from Universe 6. Obviously, last time we had 5, now we're going to have 10. But at the same time, we might have indication that we have like another Saiyan in the mix, that female Broly, and obviously the other 5 are going to be there as well. I mean, we've seen Hit already, we've seen Cabba, Frost, and everyone else, so obviously they're all going to be involved. And those are probably the strongest fighters they have, so we're going to work off of that. Personally, I think Cabba, but I'll get into that later. MJ, what do you think?
I think Frost. Now, I know people are going to be saying, what, Frost? I think it's him. I feel like he's going to be the MVP. Now, obviously, Hit, incredibly powerful. This dude has hacks, incredibly OP and incredibly cool. He'll be the leader. He'll be the team leader, but that doesn't necessarily mean he'll be the MVP. I think the person who will be the MVP is Frost. I think he's going to come back with a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to want to prove something. For all we know, the dude got dragged into this. Like, he probably didn't even want to be a part of it, when they forced him to.
I'm sure he wants to be. I'm sure he doesn't want to be anywhere near Hit or anybody who freaking kicked his ass last time.
But we talked about this before. We talked about the idea that in the last tournament, a lot of the characters were not. Well, I mean, they were strong. They were able to go toe to toe with like base Goku and Super Saiyan Goku, but they weren't as strong as Blue Goku. Now, what's an easy way to get somebody to that level? Frost. I mean, he's supposed to be the exact counterpart, supposedly, to Frieza. So if you want to assume, and they can easily retcon this or add this into his background, that he's a prodigy as well. So, and he's been gone we know for a year, because, Goku had mentioned that it's been a year since he saw Hit in episode 72. And even more times passed since then, because Bulma's pregnant now. So I feel like they can easily just say, oh, Frost is on the run. He's been wanting to get his revenge on Hit, or he's been wanting to get his revenge on Vegeta. So he powered up, He trained. And basically, he has a new form. I'm not going to say it's golden because we don't know, but I feel like that could be a case. And I feel like if that is the case, he will be the MVP. I feel like he's going to come back with something to prove, in my opinion. Like, what do you think?
I completely understand where that's coming from. And, to the most part, it probably would be golden, but considering Vegeta went Super Saiyan, Goku went Super Saiyan to, kick his ass. So, parallels there. Also, kind of the whole mirror universe thing basically working its way out the same way would be really cool. I don't think he has another form. I would really like for them to have another form. In fact, I would really like for them to kind of switch the gears a little bit. Instead of having a golden form or a silver form or a blue form or whatever he would actually have a legit new form would be pretty cool. Now, the opening shows that he's going to be using his battle form, that xenomorph looking form, and then obviously he's going to go to his final form. We don't know if he has another one, but I agree with that. And I also thought, we've talked about this a little bit in the past, whether he is going to be good. Is he going to have a heel turn and actually be a good guy around this time and actually fight for what is right and all that stuff, have a change of heart? I would really like that. In fact, if they do that, if they come in straight away into this tournament and oh yeah, Frost has kind of really changed his ways. He's kind of, instead of being a dictator or something, he admitted to his faults, and now he's going around the universe and he's trying to make everything right again and all that. And we get some flashes about kind of the same thing but opposite what we saw last time, or even kind of the same thing but true. That'd be really cool. I would be really into him actually being the MVP. But Cabba, I want Cabba to go into this tournament. Obviously, in the intro, he's looking like a badass. He's looking like he's been training. At least he's going to want to impress Vegeta. I mean, he really didn't impress Vegeta a whole lot in the last tournament, although he was toe-to-toe with Vegeta's Super Saiyan form. So we know the guy's strong. We don't know exactly how strong. We don't know whether he's going to unlock Super Saiyan 2 or whether sometime during this tournament or even, at some point actually unlocked Super Saiyan God. I really want Cabba to actually go into this and be like, look, I've improved so much. you respect me now, right? Vegeta, you respect me. And he's like, yeah, I totally respect you. In fact, we're going to go to Planet Sedal right after this or whatever, because that won't really happen. But, the whole yeah, I respect you. Cabba also has something to prove here. In fact, those are the only two that actually have anything to prove.
I was going to say this. I'll say it here first. People are going to get mad at me. People are going to hate me. But I feel like Cabba could have the blue form. Now, for one little frame, for one little reason, and that is when Vegeta goes blue, he tells Cabba, if you keep training, you can one day achieve this form. Again, I feel like Toei has easy access. This is a great way to tie in the tournament arc and the ROF arc to this arc and actually have some continuity in Super, because if you remember correctly, obviously Whis helped train Goku and Vegeta, and then you look over here, maybe Vados, like they can easily just add stuff in, bro, just a few lines of dialogue. Oh, the last couple of months I've been training, or the last 6 months, hey, the last 6 months, like, Vegeta trained with Whis, the last 6 months Vados has been training with Cabba or something. I feel like it's an easy way to give him the blue form, and it's already been shown that a year or so prior, Vegeta told him if you keep training one day, you can have this form. So it's not like it's a straight up ass pull. Cabba already saw the form, he saw the power, and he was actually knocked out by the form. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's an easy way to give him that form. And I would say it, toys, dude. Super's about them toys, and again, it's already been showcased in the last tournament arc. So I feel like it's a great way to give him that form. It's been, I won't say it's been teased, but they kind of subtly tease the idea. Just keep training Cabba, one day you'll get there.
Yeah, and not to say that Cabba probably couldn't have sensed the Super Saiyan Blue energy, but it's like at least my little idea about how Saiyans get stronger or how they conceive strength or whatever. They have their Zenkais. Everyone focuses on the Zenkais, but my thought is like there must be something in them that once they sense or they're able to conceive a greater power, then they reach it quicker.
Okay, yeah, I've heard Mike talk about that.
Yeah, like they have to, like they reach it quicker. So like him getting punched by Super Saiyan Blue would give him some incentive, or at least some, body memory kind of concept of that pain or that power once it hit him. Because Vegeta didn't hold back on that, like maybe he did a little bit, but like he didn't hold back. He went at it with straight blue power, hit him, and the guy was just done for.
Remember that pain, right? That epic ass line.
Like, yeah, remember that, and like that, like that's part of it. If that was an incentive to be like, look, I know you can't sense his power, but I'll inflict pain on you, and you'll remember that pain, and you'll start achieving or striving for that. Honestly, when it comes to Frost or Cabba, they both need a big power jump, like either a golden form or a blue form or something, to get them on Goku and Vegeta's level, because those guys were strong, but they were still messing around. And this is not a mess around tournament. So yeah, like they could do something really interesting and give us like a complete, not only just like a heel turn for them or something like, they can give us something where both those guys have two different forms. You get super hyped. They're awesome characters. You want to see more of them fight if you get to see anything. Plus, they put them in the intro. They might be like, they put those two in the intro when you have Hit and Magetta basically like
in the background,
in the corners, in the backgrounds or something. Those two have like spotlights on them. So I'm wondering maybe that's like, maybe they are going to be the MVPs, and then essentially, the female Broly, who we haven't necessarily talked about. Obviously, I feel like if she is pumped from Universe 6, there's some indication that she is. Obviously, she probably is. We don't know. But she could possibly be an MVP as well, like a secret weapon type of thing.
Well, I was gonna say, what about Magetta though? Because even though Magetta, I guess it's sort of like a gag scene, like they had to pull that whole stunt where they put that extra barrier around, and he had that lava stuff, and the whole gag scene that like when he hears something like obnoxious or he gets insulted, that's how you can beat him. It's kind of like, what if he comes back and he means business this time? Maybe they trained him, or maybe they got the guy some Beats headphones, so he can put those on and and just.
I would love that.
I would mark out, bro. I would mark out that. You remember that hardball scene, bro?
I love it when you call me Big Pop.
Goku's like, what is he listening to? And then it zooms in on the earphones and it shows Head Chala. Bro, he's listening to the theme song. I would mark out, bro. But anyways, I feel like he
that really needs to happen. That needs to happen so bad.
Like, he was a tank. Like, people may say, okay, Vegeta wasn't in his blue form, but the dude fired a final flash as a Super Saiyan, and we know Vegeta as a Super Saiyan now, way stronger than what he was in the Cell arc, just because of all the years of training. So it's like, what about Magetta? Do you think this I don't maybe call him an outcast. Do you think he could somehow surprise everyone? Like, what do you think?
I mean, I'm sure, like, if they bring back Magetta and they really want to show Universe 6 basically fighting because they're people that we actually know and they can be a measuring stick, then yeah, Magetta should come back and easily wipe the floor with everyone. But in terms of being, the tank or he is the tank of the team, really. But in terms of actually being someone that can carry the team, I just don't see it happening. Like, he is with, like, Hit is to someone who has a grab bag of tricks. Like, he could do anything. Like, he exhausted Vegeta ridiculously during their fight, and the only reason Vegeta won is over a technicality. So yeah, he can do a lot, but once someone figures out his beef or like his bad spot, like whether, I would love for him to be listening to some music, or I would actually really also like for them to have taught him be really Dragon Ball-esque. That was his tail, but teach him how to actually make the tail stronger. So, like, actually have some, like, don't lose it immediately. It would be really funny, and I really hope they actually bring him in. He takes someone down who's, like, insulting him, and, like, it's like insulting him the whole way, but he finally takes him down, and he just walks off and he's like crying a little bit, like one little tear.
That would be so cool, especially since in the last one, remember, he was crying after Vegeta insulted him.
Yeah, he was like, you felt so bad. That was literally one of the most heartbreaking scenes in all Dragon Ball. Like, just nothing is sadder. Nothing is sadder than Magetta just basically crying over being called a piece of junk. Like, it's so sad.
Now, I was gonna say this before we get out of here. I was gonna bring up, obviously, the Universe 6, I guess, Saiyan, the hypothetical female Saiyan. We're assuming that we thought that maybe she could be from Universe 11, but maybe we can assume that maybe she is with Universe 6 and they just placed her there. I don't know why they would, but they placed her in that part of the opening. So maybe she is a part of Universe 6, but what do you think? Do you think... I feel like she's just going to be there to pay homage. Maybe for one fight, bro. I think that's all she's going to be there for. Like, what do you think?
I hope they don't necessarily sweep her under the rug. If you're going out of your way to basically merge, like, I know Xeon's talked about this in the past, but I think it actually is true. Basically merge wish lists of two very different sides of the fandom, where you have some people who want Broly canonized and you want people who want female Super Saiyans. If you're going to take it that ballsy and that kind of a, regardless of how they do it, that like a middle finger to like, oh, is this what you wanted? Here's what you get. Like if they're going to bring that in, like, I really hope they don't sweep her under the rug. Look, the problem with that character, and I've mentioned this in other videos, but the problem with that character is you run a lot of risks by introducing a very, very powerful female character that you turn into like a roiding rage machine. And they could sweep that under the rug, but if they let her do that and it's only one fight and she loses it for, like, she loses her her cool or chill for whatever reason that's not good enough, it's really not going to come off well. And I know the Japanese don't necessarily care about that as much as we do, but I feel like that is something they really need to be very sensitive about. So if she is on the team, if she is on Universe's 6 team, I really hope, in terms of actually being like a secret weapon, anyone on their team, it would have to be her. I would really like for that to be it.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, definitely. I can agree with you on that. I feel like the other members of the team, like the other 4 or whatever, or 5, assumingly, like if she's not a part of the team, the Legendary Saiyan, the other 4, I feel like maybe, I don't feel like they're going to be anything much, bro. I feel like they might just be some scrubs because we don't have any actual connection with them, Our connection are with the characters like Hit, Magetta, Cabba, Tomo, and Frost, you know what I mean? Obviously, there could be one wild card that is strong and does, really wow us, but other than that, I feel like the other members of this team are probably going to be scrubs, in my opinion. Right.
No, I completely agree. And look, I think the one thing we have to just kind of, no matter how they do this, unless this arc is just a 90 episode arc that lasts for 3 years, or 2.5 years, or however long, 90 episodes, that's like 2 years. If it's a 2-year arc, that would be really cool. Honestly, you could take a lot and do a lot with that arc. But put it into perspective, the Dark Tournament arc was, for Yu Yu Hakusho's, I think from beginning to end, is like 40 episodes. It's the longest part of that show. And 100 episode show is like 40 episodes, and they skipped over a ton. I mean, you barely saw any other fights that weren't with the main cast. So these people aren't the main cast. I don't necessarily expect to see them or any of the other universes fighting at any given point.
Yeah, I can agree with that. 40 episodes, though, the people love that arc, bro, that Dark Tournament arc. So 40 episodes is only about, like, 15 to 20 episodes longer than the Black arc. It's nothing like the Cell arc or, you know, like the Frieza arc, you know, where it was, like, 60, 70 plus, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they could give us one of those. They can give us one of those, honestly. I've argued in the past for a longer arc for Dragon Ball Super, as long as there's material that can actually support it. And, look, Dragon Ball Super is not going to get material that can support itself for that long anytime soon. This is a legitimately huge arc that they need to actually put the right amount of time and effort into. So
definitely,
I know that's a completely different topic from what we were talking about, but it just goes to show that, you know, we can speak as much as we want about Scrubs or, you know, tricks or any of these other people that are on Universe 6, but I think boiling it down, we're not necessarily going to see a whole lot of them, which is really kind of sad.
Yeah, it really is. But, okay, to narrow it down, because I know we kind of rambled a bit, my pick is Frost, your pick is Cabba, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it at that. Please make sure to go check out MJ over at Geeklist TV, not only for the companion video, but also an awesome, awesome daily content creator for you guys who love Dragon Ball. You will not be sorry. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it at that. Like I said, please make sure to go check out MJ. MJ, say hello. I mean, goodbye. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. All right, guys. We'll check out later.